History has been made in the Caloundra real estate market. The highest ever 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1-car unit that's just sold for $1,500,000. It was another big Super Saturday auction event. We sold 3 out of 4 of our auctions on Saturday. G'day guys, it's Yanni here, Director and Auctioneer at Yanni Mooney Property, here for another live real estate update across our Facebook page for January 29th. Let's get straight into it. So, Unit 11 of 27, Warren Terrace, Caloundra, sold with multiple offers prior to auction on a cash, unconditional contract. It has sold for the highest ever 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1-car unit ever in Caloundra's history. It was a 91 square metre unit in Monterey Lodge that was built in the early 80s, and it sold for $1,500,000. I think if you did a square meterage rate on it, it would get close to $14,000 a square metre, which is insane. Massive campaign on that one, broke another complex record, and congratulations to Craig and Anne, our sellers. Absolute pleasure working with you over the last few weeks, and another cracking result. We also sold Unit 5 of 37, Arthur Street in Caloundra. Fantastic auction, good bidding, good competition. It sold under the hammer for $916,000. You guessed it, another complex record. Congratulations, should I say, to Louise and Clary. Pleasure representing you and your beautiful home, and it was a great auction result. It sold under the hammer on Saturday. And lastly, 6 of 38, Warren Terrace in Caloundra, sold at auction, 6 registered bidders. Outstanding bidding. I think the last bid was one on $1,500. It sold for a tongue twister, $939,500. $939,500. It sold for a new complex record for $939,500. Congratulations to Jill and Dave, my clients. Thank you so much for entrusting me with your sale. I'm actually heading closer to $25 million of real estate sold in Warren Terrace, and an outstanding street there, and some great results. If you're wanting to rewatch the auctions, some were marathon, some were long, feel free to head to our Facebook page. They will stream live there on Saturday. If it's a bit easier for you, head over to our YouTube page at Yanni Mooney Property to relive the Caloundra real estate market. I often say the best way to see a market is to come to an auction, and they were fantastic results. Thank you to all of my clients who entrusted me with marketing, negotiating your assets. Thank you for trusting me with the method of sale. Now, these auction methods of sale have brought 3 new complex record, a history-making record in Caloundra. They've also come with cash unconditional contracts. That is no cooling off period for the buyer. That is no finance provisions for the buyer. That is no building and pest special conditions subject to sale. It is done, it is sold, it is stress-free selling, or as stress-free as it can be, and moving on with life, meaning you can move on to that next purchase as well. But also, it's making sure we turn over every stone. And for me, it's putting the head on the pillow at night going, we got the best from the market. So thank you for entrusting me in that recommendation as well. I think looking back at the results, absolute no-brainer. Fantastic auction results. That also means that we have sold 7 out of 8 properties at our last 8 auctions, and over 85% clearance at our auctions. Now, who says auctions don't work? I keep hearing it from other people out in the market, oh, it's a 20-30% clearance rate. That's just simply not true. And if you look at the auction process, these are sales that have happened in approximately 4 weeks. The average days on market on the Sunshine Coast right now is over 60 days. Now, that's 60 days to secure a contract, but most likely on your contract, if you're not going to auction, you're going to have the conditions as a seller. You're going to have the finance course for 28 days. You sign that contract, you cross your fingers, you pray, you hope that the buy goes through, because guess what? If a buy comes the next day and makes a higher offer, you can't do anything about it as the seller. So not only is it a cash unconditional contract, on average, less than half of the days on the market, but also it doesn't mean that you cap the price. You get the best from the market. I think you absolutely need to consider this method of sale when selling your biggest asset. If an agent's not recommending it, ask it why. Ask them why. Ask, why are you not recommending this? Why are you saying putting this price on? What's supporting this price? Because it is far easier to slap a price on it, let 1 week pass, 2 week pass, get an offer under. I saw a stat the other day, the difference between the first listed price on the Sunshine Coast right now and the last sale price is negative 9.4%. So if you list for property for $1 million, on average, you're going to sell over 60 days. It's going to take you to secure a contract. On average, that $1 million property sells for $910. That's alarming. Don't put the price on it. Let the buyers come in. Let them see the market. Isn't it good buying as a buyer at an auction? There's none of this, oh, we've got another offer. Can't tell you what it is. It's behind closed doors. You see your competition when and where it is. It's such a handy method. But ask your agent what their stats are with this method of sale, because we are seeing the results from it. 3 auctions, 3 complex records. I'm so excited for my sellers, my clients. It's not even funny. So thank you so much to my clients again for entrusting me with the sale. We have just listed 2 properties in the 4551 area within the last week. Unit 7 of 35 Canberra Terrace, a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1-car unit, outstanding views. You're on the front side of the complex there, so sensational views. And Canberra Terrace does have that elevation, so you've got Moreton Island, you've got Bribie Island. You're straight into town though, being on Canberra Terrace. Really, the start of town is at the end of your street. We have sold 3 properties in this complex within the last 6 weeks or so. Unit 7 will be hitting the market later this week. And Unit 27 of 40 Verney Street in Kings Beach, a sub-penthouse, really the highest point in Kings Beach. You've got every view that you could ever wish for, and it's that elevation. It's sitting back and taking it all in. You've got Shipping Lane, you've got Bribie, you've got Moreton Island, you've got, even on a clear day, back to Brisbane. That's how tall it is as well. That property will be hitting the market later this week. First open home on Saturday. In the month of February, we have 4 more auctions as well. You know where to stream it. You know where to see the market live on our Facebook page at Yarni Mooney Property. Now, the stats for 4551 were quite interesting. Quite low on the sales side for our postcode. Remember, there's over 17 suburbs in our postcode of Caloundra. Only 6 reported residential sales within the last week. 2 properties sold over $1 million. 3 properties sold under $1 million, and 1 property sold for an undisclosed price. 18 new properties came onto the market within the last week. I think we are seeing a little bit more volume hit the market. We do want to keep our eyes on that to see the supply versus demand ratio. Still a decent gap between the two at the moment. Queensland auction clearance rates within the last 7 days, it was a 53% clearance for our state. Quite a healthy stat too. Remember, that's 53% clearance, cash unconditional within 28 days approximately. That was a 53% clearance out of 225 results, and close to 900 properties sold in our Sunshine State within the last 7 days. So big numbers for the market. We are seeing good momentum right now. I think if you're wanting to hit the market, it's first evaluating roughly where your properties sit. It's next going, how are we going to go about getting the best price, getting the cleanest terms, making sure it's as easy as a process as possible. Make sure you get multiple opinions out. Ask questions, ask great questions to an agent, and really understand what is best for you as the seller, because an agent is employed to get the best possible price with the best possible terms in the shortest amount of times for their client. When you employ an accountant, they're working for you. When you employ a solicitor, they're absolutely working for you. And if you employ an agent as well, they're there to be courteous to the buyers, to supply information to the buyers. But the main reason an agent there is to negotiate on your behalf and make sure you get the best possible outcome. Until next Monday night, live 6 p.m. on our Facebook page. Have a cracking week. We'll see you next week at 6 p.m.